Hey everyone, Bobby Sawyer here. Welcome back to our probate case study series. Today we're looking at a highly contested Maryland probate situation that unfortunately plays out in families with addiction and longstanding issues. A brother actively contesting his sister's appointment as personal representative while allegedly living in the family home, stealing valuable assets, and trying to block the estate from moving forward. This Carroll County estate involves a mother's home worth anywhere between $300,000 and $400,000, depending on the market, significant personal property, art, jewelry, collectibles, and a son with a documented history of substance abuse and criminal issues. The daughter named in the will is fighting to get appointed so that she can protect and distribute the assets properly. We're keeping every detail fully anonymized for privacy, but the facts are real and they highlight important lessons about contested appointments and recovering estate property. Quick disclaimer, this is not legal advice. I am not your lawyer. Most likely, I'm not even licensed in your state. This is for educational purposes only. Every probate is different. Please consult with an attorney licensed in Maryland for your particular case. Results vary. All right, done with the lawyer stuff. Let's get into the probate stuff. So the case background here. The mother passed away with a will that named her daughter, Laura, as the personal representative after a predeceased sister. Laura, shortly after her mom passed away, promptly filed to open probate. Her brother immediately contested the appointment, claiming Laura was unfit. At the same time, the brother has been living in the family home, full basement on a third of an acre plus an adjacent lot, and access to valuable personal property, including Giorgio Marni statues, Swarovski crystal, paintings, jewelry, and the $10,000 ring. All that has gone missing. The brother has also driven around the mother's car without a license, and the mother's bank accounts have been wiped out. Laura has limited access to those. She has very limited personal income, supporting a child and a grandson, and so she was looking to proceed with payment on a deferred fee arrangement, and that is something we do offer to our clients when the situation is appropriate. So this became a classic contested probate with some serious red flags. One, the original will is now missing. Laura suspects the brother may have destroyed it because it disinherited him, and once the will is destroyed, intestate statutes kick in, and he's entitled to half the estate. The brother has a long history of substance abuse, including sharing the mother's prescription oxycodone and IV drug use. Multi-page criminal record and the prior property damage. He started a house fire years ago. And kept a large portion of the insurance payout. He has never really held steady employment. He was living rent-free in his mother's house. And then valuable personal property in the mother's car have disappeared and been moved without authorization. Essentially, once the personal representative is the one authorized to dispose of those assets or manage those assets. In Maryland, when a court appoints someone as the personal representative or administrator, it looks very closely at fitness, fiduciary duty, and the best interest of the estate. A history of substance abuse, theft, pretty much any criminal record can be strong grounds to overcome the objection and appoint a more suitable family member. So again, the red flags we've seen here, missing will, suspected destruction, the brother's substance abuse and criminal history, and then unauthorized removal of assets in the vehicle and living rent-free in the property house or in the estate property. So there's some practical questions in these high conflict cases that we see. How do I remove my brother's opposition and get appointed as sole administrator? Maryland probate courts have the authority to appoint the person best suited to serve. With strong evidence of the brother's issue, Laura could present documentation, court records, police reports, witness statements to show how she is a more appropriate and responsible personal representative. Can she recover the stolen jewelry, art, and other items? Yes, once appointed. Personal representative has the legal power to demand an accounting and pursue recovery of estate properly. There is a catch to that. If the property had been sold to a third party and the third party had no knowledge of it, that makes it a little more difficult. Of course, we can always go after the money, assuming it's still there, but with drug issues, you never know what's going to happen there. How do we sell the house and handle the eviction if he's still living there? After appointment, the personal representative or administrator can prepare the property for sale and, if necessary, pursue eviction through the probate process rather than a separate landlord-tenant action. And so what would this process look like? One, we gather evidence of the brother's fitness issues and any missing assets. proceed with the hearing on the contested appointment, present documentation to the court to show that Laura actually is the one who is more responsible and more ideal to be the personal representative. And then once Laura is appointed, immediately secure the remaining assets and demand an accounting. And then we would file motions as needed to recover stolen property and evict the brother from the home. Then sell the real estate, pay valid debts, and distribute the remaining assets per the intestacy statutes, or if the will still exists, per the will. And so, like I said, Laura hoped fees could be paid from the estate proceeds after appointment, which is sometimes possible, but again, it depends on the circumstances, and we handle those on a case-by-case basis. Key takeaways and viewer tips here. 3 big lessons from this Maryland case study. 1, a will naming you as executor gives strong priority, but a contest requires solid evidence. Courts take fitness and fiduciary responsibility very seriously. Document everything. Police reports, prior court records, witness statements, anything about missing property is very powerful. And then don't delay. The longer an unfit person sits in the administrator's seat, the more damage that can be done. And pro tip, if you're named in a will or believe you should serve as personal representative, file promptly and keep detailed records of any interference or missing assets. And I highly recommend getting an attorney to do this for you. So that's today's real anonymized contested probate case studies. These situations with family conflict and substance abuse issues are tough. But the court system is there to protect the estate and rightful beneficiaries. So if you see wrongdoing or feel there's wrongdoing out there, make sure you get involved in front of a judge. If you're dealing with a contested appointment, missing assets, or an unresponsive family member in probate, drop your questions in the chat. I'll answer as many as I can now live or follow up afterwards, perhaps in another Q&A session. And then tomorrow we'll be back with another probate case study. So always make sure you hit follow and subscribe so you get notified when we go live. It's generally always around 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon on the Eastern time. And final reminder, this is for educational purposes only. It is not legal advice. Always work with a licensed Maryland probate attorney. Thanks for joining us. This has been Bobby Sawyer. Have a great day, and I'll see you on the next one.